What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Kurt Worrell, and I'm back at it again with a content-rich interview. And today, I have the privilege, the honor of being in the presence of the world famous Apple Daniels. If you guys don't know who Apple Daniels is, she's a major hitter, heavy hitter in Empower Network. She's been online for quite some time, and she's very successful. She's been very successful online. And so, without any further ado, I want to just introduce Miss Apple Daniels to you guys really quickly. Apple, how are you doing? Like I was saying before, I feel like a kid in a candy store just to be in your presence. How are you?
I am fabulous. I'm fabulous, and thank you so much for this opportunity. And you better stop with that candy store stuff. It's not that serious.
Bring that back.
It's not that serious. I'm probably one of the most laid back. I think we all are really though. Just real laid back, very open person.
So Apple, just go ahead, tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, I know about the major accomplishment that just happened, I think a week and a half ago, but we're going to get into that. But I want you to get into your story. Tell me about yourself, and then we'll get into we'll lead up to the major accomplishment. And guys, today, the title of this hangout is called Reality Creation. Okay, 3 tips to accomplishing your dreams, all right? But before we get into that, I just want to make an income disclaimer, just in case, you never know, Apple might, accidentally, blurt out some figures or something like that. I just want you guys to know that the results that you hear on this call, on this hangout, it's the results of Apple Daniels only, and they're not indicative of what you will do. Empower Network makes no claim. I make no claim to any kind of results at all. Okay? So without any further ado, Miss Apple Daniels, can you please let us know a little bit more about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, like you said, my name is Apple Daniels. I'm originally from the Bay Area, California. I'm currently residing in Sacramento. And, I'm someone who came online like everyone else as a way to make some extra money. Back in 2009, my husband was let go from his job of, I think it was like over 9 years. And so we found ourselves in a position where we had 1.5-year-old twins. I had just finished my undergrad degree after going back to school and try to get promoted at work. My first mind was, okay, well, I got this degree and they promised me that if I get a degree, I can get a promotion. So I'll do that. So I went out and I tried to get as many promotions as I could, and I got turned down like 8 times in a process of like 3 months for a promotion. Everything from no business acumen to, not qualified with no further explanation to just no. And so I just kept searching. It was like the money was depleting, and he's feeling bad as the man of the house. I'm feeling like I need to step it up more because I just got this fancy piece of paper. The kids are like 1.5, and I'm thinking, oh my God, we have these kids. What are we going to do? And so I started looking for ways to make money in network marketing. And I ran into a girl that I went to college with the first time, and she's promoting her business. And it took me about 6 months before I actually got in, but I got in that, and then I was unsuccessful. And I kept going and kept going and kept trying because I ran into some other women who kind of looked like me, and they were successful. And I kept thinking, well, if they did it, I can do it. And so that's kind of where the journey began. This was in, I think, 2010 by the time I actually came into network marketing. And then I just kept trying, and I wasn't making any money, and our money was depleting. And then I found out I was pregnant again, and we were in a weight loss company, and I was trying to tell people that, you could put on this fancy garment and you could lose all this weight. And they were like, but you're like 5 months pregnant, so how do you know it works? And I couldn't sell it because I couldn't actually try it and have my own testimony from it. And so that happened. And then as I was getting ready to have our 3rd child, we found out that one of the twins had autism. And so again, here I am now. Okay, husband's out of work. Network marketing is not working. Can't get promoted at my job. Now we got 3 kids. Now I found out one has autism. Oh my God. You know what I mean? It's just all this stuff was compounding, but there was something in me that was just like, no, you got to keep pushing no matter what. no matter what anybody says, no matter what they're doing. And so I did, and I just kept on, kept on until I found something that actually worked. So that's kind of the short version of how I got here, but that's pretty much how it all happened.
Okay, okay, beautiful, beautiful. And so, leading up, you're a major player with Empower Network, and we're not gonna get to that. We're not gonna go into that part of it because I want to get to something really exciting that just happened to you recently, and it kind of ties into creating your reality. I was on a call last week, one of the motivational midday calls, and you got on and you were brought on and you were talking about a major accomplishment that you had been dreaming about for about 15 years and how it finally came to reality. You finally made it a reality. And, the reason I thought it was fitting for us to discuss that right now is because there's so many people that's joining teams or joining organizations or starting a business, and when it doesn't work out, they kind of just fall to the wayside. So I just thought it was fitting for you to tell that part of your story for us really quickly, just to home in that point of just being able to hold on to your dreams and stick with it and make it a reality. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was something, and I don't really want to say what it is, but there was something that I really wanted in my life. It was a dream of mine. It was a goal of mine. It was to join a particular organization, public service organization. And all of the women that I've known throughout my life, except for like my mom and probably my grandmas, I think I'm the only one in my family that has done this, but all of the women outside of my family in my life who have imparted into me wisdom and knowledge and motivation, just everyone from my business mentors to women at church to just whatever, they're all a part of this organization. And I found that to be so ironic once I actually took a step back and I looked at my life, like how you get these little signs and these things of like what you're supposed to be doing. And so 15 years ago, I was formally introduced to it, and you needed a degree and you needed all this public service and all these different things to make it happen. And my first go round in college, I won't lie, I studied communications, but I really majored like in partying. Like I was that girl. And so, I kind of went to school and for different reasons. And I was just really having a lot of fun and kind of doing what a lot of teenagers do. So I wasn't able to really focus in enough to pursue the opportunity the first time around. And so it never really left me. Over the last 15 years, it's kind of been one of those things that's been nagging at the back of my brain, like, this is something you need to do. This is something you need to accomplish. This dream won't go away. And as I was saying on the motivational call, I would go to sleep some nights and I would dream about it, and I could see it. I could see myself in the organization. I could see myself doing the necessary things. And I would wake up like, it was so vivid. I would just wake up like, oh my God, this is what I'm supposed to do. But again, I didn't have everything I needed. So I was like, I don't know when this is going to happen for me, but I just knew that it would. And then I would see women and I would see little things, people who were a part of it, or they would do things in the community. And I would just feel like, God, like, when is this going to be my turn? When is this going to happen for me? And so, 2007, right around the time that I, I just had the twins, or I was pregnant with the twins, got back in school, started pursuing my degree, thinking that I was going to get a good job, so to speak, but not realizing that this is all coming together in a plan that I just couldn't see at that time. And so I just, like I said earlier, I just kept on pushing. I pursued my degree. I did all the things that I needed to do. And then I got the opportunity in 2008. And I couldn't do it because I was getting ready to deliver the twins. And the process and the things that you have to do, it's a lot. It's strenuous. It's a lot of different things that you go through. And so pregnant with twins, I was like, there's no way that this is going to happen for me. And so I let it go. So this is 2008. Now, here we are in 2013. I didn't get another chance for 5 years. Even after that, even after the first 10 years, you're talking about another 5 years. So, you know, it's just one of those things when you have something in your heart, like I just knew this is what I was supposed to do. So I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon right now.
I feel you. I feel you. And you know what the really interesting thing that you just said there that had me thinking a few minutes ago is that you had a couple chances. You had at least three chances, right? But the reality is this: sometimes you only get one shot at it.
Mm-hmm.
You only get one shot. You've been blessed with three opportunities, and let's kind of relate that to business, or let's just bring it home. Being in Empower Network. Sometimes you might feel as though things aren't necessarily working out the way you need to, you need it to work out, or you want it to work out, and you might want to quit. You might feel like, this is not, everyone else is doing some sort of a secret, and I'm not in. Just keep holding on, keep holding on, keep fighting, keep trying, keep holding on to your dream, because the reality is this: sometimes you don't get a second chance. Sometimes, you might not have that opportunity again, or sometimes you go and you come back and it's a different, price. As far as, I just want to just interject my little story here really quickly. I remember, and we're going into Empower Network now. Obviously, we can't not talk about Empower Network, right? But I remember when Empower Network first launched, right, or first started. I was on Dave Wood's list, and I had just got finished being disgusted with the industry. I'm going to say at that period, I was very disgusted with internet marketing. I had been banging my head and trying to figure stuff out, trying to learn how to do this thing for a while, and it just wasn't happening. And then here comes Dave Wood, and he's emailing me, and he's selling me the dream, and I'm seeing him on Costa Rica, and I'm mad because he's on Costa Rica, and I'm not living the dream. And I saw him talking about Empower Network, and I looked at it and I was like, man, I'm not doing that. And I left it alone. And, every day, sometimes today, I ask myself, well, what if, and I recently joined months after, and I asked myself, what if I had joined in the beginning? What if I had joined when it first started? I was fortunate to get a second chance. It was brought to me again by someone else, but I was fortunate to get a second chance. And when I got involved, I saw really what this is. And so, if you're involved in Empower Network and you have a dream that you want to create for yourself, hold on to it. Hold on to your dream, and let's make it happen. All right? So, Apple, I just want you to just really, as far as that subject is concerned, being able to create your reality and sticking to it, if you can just give us three, pointers, three strategies or tips that we can utilize to just holding on and keep moving forward and making our dream a reality, that'll be great.
I think, and we talk about this all the time. One of the first things that you need to do, if I could give three tips, one of the first things that you need to do is set your intention. And we hear, if you're following Empower Network, if you're following Kurt or myself or Tracy or some of the other leaders, it's very important for you to know what it is you want. When it came to me and this particular organization, I knew without a shadow of a doubt what I wanted. It was in my heart, and I set an intention that this was going to happen. And the thing that you have to understand about your intentions is that it may not happen when you want it to. If I would have looked at my situation and said, well, my intention was to do this in undergrad, and it didn't happen then, if I would have gave up, then I wouldn't be where I am now. And then the second time around, when I got my second opportunity, if I would have said, well, my intention was that it would have happened right here, and it should have happened this day because everything is in order, and I have the degree, and I have all the stuff that I need, and I got this, and I got this invitation, and it should have happened here, but it didn't because there was something else in my way. And so then when the third opportunity presented itself, that was still my intention in motion because I never gave up on that. I wrote down the things that I wanted in my life, and I went through this yesterday, actually with the girl who was doing my nails. We were talking about something that she was going through personally, and I said, look, okay, this is going to sound kind of hokey pokey, It's going to sound a little weird to you and a little strange. I was like, and I'm a traditional, previously I was a traditional Christian, where it was kind of like, I don't fool with that other stuff over there. And it's going to be strange, but what I want you to do, and I walked her through the exercise that we go through. I want you to set your intentions. I want you to write this down. I want you to put yourself in that moment and think about what the things that you want. You know what I mean? And I kind of gave her the disclaimer that don't get discouraged if it's not this exact day. That might not be God's ultimate plan, but you starting to set your intention, you're speaking that into existence. There's life and death in the tongue. They say that in the scripture. And so you are speaking these things as if they were. And the second thing that you have to do is move on faith. Faith without works is dead. So you got to put that faith into action. You can't sit there and expect that, well, I'm just going to have faith in God. And I set my intention. I'm just going to have faith that it doesn't work and sit there. You can't just not blog. You can't just not, in my case, go pursue your public service so that you can get what you need to do the things that you have to do. You can't just not say, I want to be in this organization, but I'm not going to finish my degree. That's crazy. You have to set your intention, and then you have to move out on faith, and you have to put that faith into action. It's not good enough for you to sit there. That's why it says faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't got no movement behind that, then you're just going to be sitting exactly where you are, wishing on a star, hoping, praying, thinking, and whatever, you know what I mean? But you're not going to ultimately accomplish your goal. And the third thing is that you have to be willing to accept the good and the bad that comes with it. And relating that to Empower Network, when I got an Empower Network, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I tell people, we work from home and phone rings.
We really do. We really do.
In the room, dogs start barking.
So the third thing that you have to do is be willing to accept the challenges that come along. And like I was saying, when I got into Empower Network, I was at a point where I was extremely frustrated by what was going on online. You heard me talk about all the things that were happening earlier. So by the time Empower Network came along in 2011, I was tired. I was done. I was just like, I don't really want a job. I don't know if I want network marketing. I don't know what I want. I'm a blogger, so maybe I'll just blog. Maybe I'll just do affiliate marketing. Maybe and I was all over the place. But when Empower Network came and I started working, I was like, okay, this is cool. I made my money back the first week. Things are starting to work out. Okay, I can see this happening. And then the merchant account happened. And so I was faced with the decision. I said this was going to work. So that was my intention. I started moving on it. I started recruiting people and blogging, but the merchant account issue happened, and then I'm not making any money. And then I lost my team. And then I got another team, and then we didn't have a merchant account again, and I lost that team. And so I had to decide, okay, I'm either in this or I'm not. And you hear Tracy talk about like the beginning of the leadership council and the beginning of the dream team, and she went to certain people and she said, are you in this or are you not? Are you willing to accept the challenges that are going to come, or are you not? Are you out? You know what I mean? And so when we talk about like, don't be a wussy and all that, that's what that is. That is, are you willing to accept what comes with this? Are you willing to accept the good with the bad? When you get married, you marry for richer, for poor, for sickness and health. It isn't for just the good times. It's for the bad times and all the other crap that comes with it. Are you willing to accept the obstacles that will for sure come as you are trying to pursue whatever dream that is? So those, if I had to say anything, are your 3 steps. You set that intention, you start moving out on faith, and you have to be willing to know that there are going to be some challenging times. You are not going to hit that goal that you wanted to hit all the time, but that doesn't mean you quit. That means you keep going. So if I had, I mean, I can go for days. I have so much energy right now. It's like ridiculous.
No.
Going to Chicago, I am like pumped up right now.
That's perfect. Well, I'm about to get you more pumped, because guess what? The next question I got for you is about Chicago. Now, I came down to Georgia for the mastermind. I thought, that was my first event, right? I came to Georgia and I was like, wow, if this mastermind, and I heard the talk about the events and getting to the events, and when I was at the mastermind, I said, man, if this is just like a small fraction of what's going on at the event, I can't wait to get to the event. So my question to you is this: I know you've been to all of them, right? I'm assuming, right? I just keep hearing that they get better and better and better and better. What's your expectations
for Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's about to be so crazy off the hook. Let me just start from the beginning, right? So the Don't Be a Wussy event, like, that was cool. That was the first event where everybody was, we were just really meeting for the first time. There was about 50 Dream Team members that showed up. We had our gear on, and we were just Dream Team all day. That was cool. We had a little, I say the word little, but I don't mean it that way. So we had a brunch at Tracy's house before the event started. So the team members came to Tracy's house and we all ate, and it was just a real good time or whatever. So did the event, and that was like Ignorance on Fire. I think from Dave on down to everybody else, it was just like straight Ignorance on Fire. Everybody was just pumped up that we were even here. This is officially a company because we're having an event. So forget what all the naysayers are talking about. We're having an event, so we're official. We are a real company for sure. And so that event came, and after that, everybody's income started tripling. And so then you get to San Diego, and that event was awesome. And and it was hot San Diego weekend, so we were like out on the pier and the DTLC, because we got there on Thursday. So we like walked out to like the harbor and the ships, and we took the ferry over to an island. I mean, it was just really fun, just, kind of like a family reunion, like we always say, getting back with each other. And then after San Diego, everyone's incomes doubled or tripled again. And so then we get to Austin, and Austin was like Austin was fabulous. That's all I can say. The stuff that happened there was crazy. Now, I'll tell you, I was kind of mad about Austin, the city. I was angry. I was like, okay, look, I don't know what's going on here. They got this theme, keeping it weird, and these folks are weird. I don't really want to leave the hotel, but the actual event, just being like with the Dream Team and what happened on Sunday, and I've talked about this before, just the Sunday experience where like everybody was sharing. I mean, and it was just it was the most moving, spiritual, connecting thing that I've ever seen in a company. I may have only seen it like one other time, and it wasn't company specific, it was an industry specific event. That was the only other time I've seen anything like that, where everybody was just hugging each other and crying, and this is what I really want, this is where my heart is, these are my intentions, I want freedom, I want this, and it wasn't like I want freedom from my job. It was just like people were like pouring out like their souls about the things that they really desired in life and why they were really here, from the top leaders on down to the person that just got in right before we went. So for Chicago, I don't even know what I'm expecting. First of all, let me say this. The Dream Team is about to act a fool. I know I am. Like, it's going to be straight crazy because, number one, it's Tracy's hometown, so we're going to represent. Number two, I think everyone's belief level is on 10 right now, and it's not so much of Ignorance on Fire now. Now it's like Purpose on Fire, which is 10 times worse than Ignorance on Fire. When you got somebody with a purpose and they are on fire, you better get out their way. You better either get on their train or move. You better join in their lightning or you're going to get burned. And that's kind of what it is right now. Everybody is like Purpose on Fire. I've never seen, and it's not just the Dream Team, it's everyone. If you look at the Empower Network community, there's a different purpose going on right now, and everybody has something in them that is just like, this is going to work for me. And so I expect Chicago just to be, when I say lives change, I expect Chicago to light this industry on fire.
Wow, wow. When you started talking about Chicago, I saw something just like came out of you. So I'm just, it's like a totally different a partition. Wow, you know what? I am, woo, I can't wait. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I'm just happy that I'm able to finally just be myself and just,
Yeah.
damn, you know, excuse my
Right?
language, but darn, you know,
Yeah. No, seriously.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
No, I mean, and that's what it is. It's like finally, like, it's okay for me to be weird. Like, I don't have to put on airs. I don't like wearing suits. I don't, I don't want to do that. Like, I like my little jeans and cute boots and tops or whatever. Or if I'm at home, I'm in like a little, they call them like mom suits, like a little mom yoga sweatsuit, and I'm chilling. You know what I mean? And for once, I don't feel like I always have to put on airs or put on a face or I have to be something else. I'm a geek. I say it loud, I say it proud. So what? You know what I mean? And then today I look on my Facebook wall and Adrienne Hines or Pam Lawhorn had put something like, yeah, Adrienne Hines told me you're a girl geek too. So we're like, girl geeks rock. You know what I mean? But I mean, for once you can just be whoever you want to be. And I think that's what it is. And if you talk to everyone, it's interesting when you hear their stories because all of us, or the majority of us, we are the outcasts. You know, we are the people that thought differently. We are the people that had dreams. We're the dreamers. We're the ones that, and not just the dream team, but just as a whole, we're the ones who thought differently about life, and that no matter what somebody else said or no matter what the circumstances look like, we always felt like there would be something different, that we were going to be better, that we didn't have to accept, you know what I'm saying, what society was saying. And so I think when you look at the community, that's kind of what's making everybody stick to Empower Network, is because we just believe differently than anyone else.
Well, that's it. I don't think nothing else needs to be said. Just wrap that up, put a bow on it, and just end it. I can't wait to see you in Chicago. I want to give you a big hug if that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's because I'm just amped. I'm charged because, like I tell my family, for the first time I feel that I'm getting somewhere. I'm accomplishing something, and I can dream again. I've always wanted to be a millionaire, and I never really saw how that was possible until I got here. And it's not really so much so about being a millionaire. It's just the accomplishment to be able to extend your reach even further and do greater things with people. So I'm glad I'm here. I'm happy. Where I am right now is like, I feel like, okay, I just want to get to Chicago just to get that, whatever they're feeling, that fire, that thing that they feel. I just can't wait. I'm asking everybody about it. I'm just stealing your energy right now because I know it's gonna be great. I expect it to be great. So I'm ready.
I'm just warning you, you're going to come back and your family is, I'm telling you, like, my family for a while, like now they're starting to catch on. But initially, they were just looking at me like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? Like, my husband was like, who are you? Like, where is my wife? I'm like, she's right here. But she's different, but she's right here. She is on fire. And now he's starting to catch on, and he's saying little things to me. He's not ready to join the business yet. He's not really, and honestly, I don't really know if I want him to. Like, I thought I did, and then I kind of was like, nah, you can kind of do your thing. That's perfectly fine. I'll keep this, I'll share, but I'll keep this, for me or whatever. But it's still starting to tap on into my household. And now he's saying little things, or if he catches me, like if I'm having a moment and I'm just like, oh man, this isn't going to work. Complain. Da-da-da-da-da. And he'll be like, what do you always say? Tracy says. What do you always say? Dave says. And now he's starting to check me with the same teachings that we've been learning, that I've been saying in the house, and we're teaching it to our kids. And it's just, you're going to come back. And when I say that your entire life is going to change, and not from a financial perspective, but just being there and being around everyone and seeing everything, you're going to change, and it's going to be so infectious that it's going to spread through your house. I promise.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm bringing my wife with me because I just
Oh
want her
yeah,
to know
it's a
that.
wrap if she's coming.
Yeah, I was like, if I start acting crazy, I want you to know why, because I'm already feeling. I went down to Georgia, and I see what goes on. I see what's going on down there. So you gotta come and just see for yourself, so you can support me on this. But this has been really, really great for me. I really appreciate your time. If there's anything, I'm coming to Chicago early. Like I told Tracy, I'll be there early. So if you need me to carry a box, I got you.
Don't say that.
I know. That's what she said. She's like, don't say that. Don't
say
be
that. You will be
ridiculous. But
on deck.
look, I am in. You know what? I'm saying it right here. I'm in. Pencil me in. CURT. I'm down.
That's funny.
All right. So thanks a lot. I know you got stuff to do, so I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been blessed with the fabulous Apple Daniels. She came and she just dropped some inspiration on us. I hope you guys got a lot from this, and come on to the event. All right, Apple, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
and we are out.
See you later.